What's going on, you guys? This is Supreme King back again with another video. I just wanted to talk briefly about the Nintendo Direct. I did catch this live and I have a lot of good to say about it actually, and then at the same time a few things that's bad. Before we get into that, if you like this type of content, please hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below what you thought was your favorite thing that you've seen so far. I gotta say the show had a very strong opening with the Fire Emblem Engage trailer. It looked really good, even though it's not really a game for me particularly. I did like the strong opening here, but I will have to say, like, right after that, it started to go downhill, but not too rapidly. It was just a lot of other ports that was going on in this show that I just didn't really care too much for. Some stuff was actually really good because I did enjoy It Takes Two. I played this on the PS5, however, but it's good that it's here, but I gotta actually poke a little fun here because how are you guys going to play this on the Switch with no party chat? Just play it. I'm pretty sure you can just get on the phone or something. But It Takes Two was a good game. The Fire Emblem, I guess I could just say, I do think that this is going to sell well. That does look like a strong game for the Nintendo fan base, but I'm not sure if it's going to stretch outside the Nintendo fan base. However, there was the game Fatal Frame Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. This is really old, but I do like this particular port because at least it's showing that Nintendo could at least try something that's not so PG or G rated, and you can step into the horror realm every now and then with something like this. I would like to see more of this with newer games from Nintendo that's exclusive. You can do the mature rated stuff while still doing the E-rated stuff, and this is the closest that we have so far. The Xenoblades DLC was cool. I don't have that game yet, but I'm pretty sure the fans of it will enjoy it a lot. I, however, was a little excited to see the SpongeBob game because I just played the Battle for Bikini Bottom on PlayStation. I probably will get the sequel on PlayStation as well, or maybe Xbox. I wouldn't really go for it on Switch, but I'm still a very big fan of platformers, and so I don't want that genre to die. It looks like we get another entry, so I'm happy to see that. Moving right along, the N64 stuff wasn't really that big of a deal to me. However, when they did show GoldenEye, which was sort of the main event of the N64 stuff, it really confirmed a few things about this game coming back, because I believe the rumor before this was that there was going to be this game as well as the remake on Xbox, and there was already an achievement list for it. And so with this showing up, I expect the next one to show sometime soon. Probably will be some sort of deal worked out where Nintendo might also get the newer version of GoldenEye as some sort of cloud version or regular version. But speaking of the cloud, they threw a whole lot of Resident Evil at us here, and I guess everything is going to be the cloud version of that, which is probably cool if you're Nintendo only and you refuse to get the other systems for whatever reason. But I would say hold out and get any of the other systems and play and play Resident Evil on there. I think you'll have a better experience. There were a few games here where it was just like a lot of simulator stuff, a lot of building and farming, and I don't know if the fans are really into that much. Maybe a little bit. I guess you can call that a cozy game in a way. Not really a thing that I would care too much for. Those seem like PC type games, but I guess the Switch is going to have their own versions of it. Just like Octopath Traveler, I actually thought that was already on the Switch. It's funny, I really did think that was on the Switch. And you know what's funny? The Mario Rabbids game, this is like the second time that I thought that game was already out, because I'm not really interested in it, but I really thought that was already out. I guess it's not. They did show another horror game ish. I'll put the name on the screen or I'll put the picture on the screen, but it was like goofy looking, like it really wasn't horror, but at the very least I just thought, okay, Nintendo is at least teasing the idea of putting something more mature on their platform. So I'm all for it. I wish it wasn't with just the kiddiest stuff, but I guess it's Nintendo, so what can you do? They spent a lot of time on this Pikmin stuff, man. They had like the Pikmin mobile game, and then they announced Pikmin 4, and they treated it like it was a big deal that they were going to be bringing that here. It looks like it was falling off here before, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's going to jumpstart into the Switch generation again and make a turnaround. We'll see. So I guess fans will probably like that. Shout out to Tunic. Seeing that Tunic is getting ported here is pretty cool. I would have thought that Nintendo fans would revolt against this because it was very, very close to looking like a Zelda Link game, but I guess not. So we'll see how that goes. As far as the Mario Kart tracks, it's like we knew they were going to keep doing this, but I think everybody is in agreement when they say they want to see a Mario Party 9 at this point. But I'm pretty sure Mario Party 9, along with the announcement of Switch 2 or the next generation Switch, is going to probably come hand in hand. So I think it's safe to say we're probably not going to see Mario Kart 9 on the base Nintendo Switch. Fist of the North Star is a boxing game or a workout game. It kind of looked funny. I think it's probably beneficial for some people, so maybe they can work out with this instead of doing like Taibo or something, I guess, you know, any of the regular fitness stuff if they really just don't want to leave the house. But it is what it is. It looked hilarious. I will say, by the time they got to the point where they said this is our main event, it seemed like they were just throwing out so much stuff, and I just thought it hurt them more than it helped them. There were a couple games there that did stand out. I'm pretty sure for everybody it was the Kirby game coming over, but there were so many games that they were just like throwing out so many ports. It was just port after port after port after port, and I felt like it hurt more than it helped because you don't have anything that just stands out like that. You know, it's just some of that stuff deserved a lot more time instead of just being thrown out there to say, hey, this is on the eShop, or hey, you can get a whole bunch of this through the online or whatever. It's just they needed to slow down there because that was just way too much in a very tiny amount of time. If they were really just trying to stretch the 40-minute mark, because it went over 40 minutes, they might as well have just did 60 minutes and just shown, you know, everything in a correct way. I felt like they really did it too quickly, but I digress. There were some nice things there in the part where they called the main event. Bayonetta is pretty much right around the corner, so a lot of people was hyped for that. I am hyped for that. I do want to get that one. I do have 1 and 2. Yo, by the time they pulled out Just Dance, I've almost bust out laughing. Get this off my screen. Like, how do you have Just Dance in your main event? Like, it was just goofy at that point. It was like, this should not be in the main event. This should have been somewhere closer to the beginning. Like, I don't know who is sitting around happy about Just Dance. It's like, you would have just been playing Just Dance regardless. Most people just dance based off the radio. Like, literally based off the radio. But whatever. The main event here, the one thing everybody was waiting for, obviously, was Breath of the Wild 2. We got an official name here. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which goes along with what you normally see online with all of the different trailers and stuff that we've seen so far, with Link being in the sky, Link falling from the sky, him being able to use new moves to go back up in the sky, and it's pretty cool. I'm very happy to see that they do have their trailer release date along with the new name. So it looks like May 2023, which is a cool time. It's not a year out, less than a year out, and I, along with a lot of other people, I'm pretty sure is going to pick this up day one. So let me know in the comment section below, what did you like here outside of Breath of the Wild? Was there anything else that you're going to be getting day one? Breath of the Wild is probably going to be a day one buy for me. I didn't play Age of Calamity yet. I think I'm going to probably play that this week. Outside of that, I would say the show was probably a 5 out of 10 because they pretty much showed a little too much of a lot of stuff that people probably don't care about, including myself, that could have easily just been on a whole nother show because it felt rushed and it felt like it was way too much there, like way too much. It is what it is. 5 out of 10. Breath of the Wild's new name and release date didn't really save the show for me, but it at least ended with a bang. So I'm happy to see that. How do you feel about the live service updates? It seems like they're trying to make a push for live service, but it's in a way where it's not too invasive on the consumer, but at the same time they're still putting their foot in the door of live service. I wonder how everyone will react to that. You guys let me know what you think about that below. Other than that, that's all I got for you here. Rocket Launcher Podcast every Sunday 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will catch you on the next video. Like, comment, share, subscribe on your way out, and I am out. Peace.